It's the final countdown. Da-da-da-dun-dun.
I successfully got that song banned from a high school auditorium.
What song did you get banned, Josh?
The final countdown.
One by Europe, right?
Yeah, it's the single greatest stripper song of all time.
You guys see? Well, probably not because you both hate her. Billy Kay's Snapchat today was hilarious. She posted a video of her running into Hideo at the airport.
Mm-hmm.
And Hideo's wearing a Lotso, like the bear from Toy Story, and it says Lotso hugs.
Oh,
And
that's
like,
cute.
And Billy Kay comes up to him and is like, Hideo, can I have a hug? You're advertising hugs on your shirt. And he's just like got his hand out and he's like, yo, you need to stay this far away from me. Because I don't know if you guys ever watched like their videos that they had in whatchamacallit, NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Like the videos of them just torturing him.
Oh my.
They're so funny.
Poor dude. Because, like, they're terrible. By the way, we are live, ladies and gentlemen.
Are we actually live?
Yeah, I noticed it was 4 minutes after 9, so I decided to give the viewers what they wanted.
That's
You
fair.
can't prove that we're live.
I can.
No. Like,
Facebook.com/AverageGuysPro, ladies and gentlemen. You can listen to the show live, hang out with us, say hi, say goodbye. You know, whatever you want to do. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, all right, Chris. Well, we all know that you're the Kevin that needs to bow out tonight.
Well, I'm waiting for a particular person to hop in the show.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm going to open the show. As always, it's the Average Guys Pro Wrestling Podcast. This is episode number 44.
Well, 43, 44. I'm probably going to merge the recordings that I have from the last two together into one.
Whatever. Anyways, it's a
40-something. Yeah.
It's a 40-something episode. We got some random shit to talk about this week. We got a pay-per-view that just happened. We got a pay-per-view next week. What the fuck? I thought they said they were cutting down on pay-per-views.
Zach,
Wait,
I don't feel so good.
that was a pay-per-view? I was told it was a house show.
It's a glorified house show that's disguised as a pay-per-view.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to watch the pro wrestling women's puppy bowl, where
Nice.
all the ladies who didn't go to Australia just had their dogs play with each other. It was riveting.
It was riveting.
Anyways.
Well, if it was like a puppy bowl for frogs, I guess that would make a little bit more sense. But yes.
So that brings me to the opening topic for the week. First, I'm going to introduce everybody. We got Josie, we got Josh Hoff is here. He's probably bowing out soon. And I'm your main host, Zach.
Main host?
Yep,
Yeah,
I
I was
talk
about
more
to
than
say
anybody
main
else.
What's this bullshit? Nobody told me about this.
I'm the only one who talks in this, Josie.
What? Josie, we need to kick this ginger's ass.
I told him that I didn't want the responsibility.
Josh understands.
Anthony, you're gonna have to pay a lot of money to see me and Josh in a nude mud wrestling contest. So
Wait, where did that come from?
I mean,
It's in the
the
comments.
is paying for one of us. The other one of us not gonna point fingers. Cheap floozy.
That is not what I am.
He was talking about me, actually.
Oh, okay.
I said one of us.
I hear something. That might be the special guest for the night. Is he here?
Oh, I think I'm here.
Yes!
All right. And
That means I'm gone.
As a special guest for tonight, we have the one, the only, Adam Farling, the starling of Marling Farling Darlings.
Oh my god.
That was a tragedy.
Two of those words were right, I think.
Maybe.
All right.
I stopped paying attention after the first one.
All right. Tell me what it is so I can get it right this time.
It is the Internet Starling. Adam Starling.
The Lark Bunting Attack on Titan Adam Marling?
You already fucked that up.
You forgot it. You forgot a movie.
Close enough. Close enough.
All right, we'll go with that. Anyways, now that we have our guest, let's get on to our first topic of the day. I promised you guys last week we would talk about this, so we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the cutest WWE animals.
Oh man, guys.
I promised the fans this last week, so we're going to start off with this, and then we'll get into
Do
wrestling.
Luke and Butch count as animals?
Well, yeah. I mean, they do lick people, so
And then there's Animal,
yes.
right? The most adorable animal.
So where does Damien fall on this list?
Six.
6. Okay, we're gonna put him at 6. All right, so let's start off with 10. Number 10. What is the top in the top 10 cutest WWE related animals? What is number 10?
Ty Dillinger.
No way, dude. That dog's way higher up. You guys are really underestimating Sheriff and what Sheriff is about. I don't get it. The worst. Bad at picking dogs.
So
Shut up, Kevin.
I don't know where we want to start off with this because there's so many cute WWE animals. I think that Nia Jax or Paige's dog is going to fit this spot.
I did see Paige's doggos today, and they meet the requirement of being like really dumb, which is beautiful in dogs. Not so beautiful in average guys who aren't on the show right now, but like, you know, can't all be that lucky.
Yeah. Well, aren't those two dogs related? That's why I was thinking that we should put them together.
That's racist. You think all pit bulls look the same?
I'm pretty sure they're from the same litter.
I don't know.
Well, if you go to Nia's Instagram, you'll see that they posted a photo of them both as puppies together. So I'm gonna guess that they're together in the same litter. Number 9. What are we going for? Number 9? Is it the Mrs. Dog? Because
Which one, Mocha?
I put them collectively together,
I know that Mocha's an asshole, which,
much like your dog.
well, yeah, no, big asshole. But yeah, no, I think we'll put the collective of the it dogs, I guess is what we'll call them at number 9.
There you go.
Then I think we have to put that fluff ball that Bailey on occasion posts. I would put it higher, but like Bailey, I want to see more of your dog. So
Yeah,
Exactly.
less photos of you at a random Raw like 20 years ago. More photos of your dog, please.
yes,
Yeah,
all dog actually.
Yeah, the last time she posted a photo with her dog was April 10th.
No, she posted one the other day with not Elias, which was weird. Like
No.
Are you sure wasn't just on her like Instagram story?
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
I'm looking at her
that's what I mean.
Instagram post right
It was on her
now.
Instagram story. It was with not Elias, and her doggo looks beautiful. I think next we have to put the. I think we're at number 6, right?
Yeah, no, we're at number 5.
Because we said 6 was Damien.
Okay, so yeah, number 6 is Damien
Yes.
Snake, also known as Jake the Snake Roberts. Snake.
I
So
think
number
number
5.
5 is the collective of Luke and Butch, of course. Because, I mean, they're from New Zealand, and those are some pretty old dogs, you know.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I'm gonna throw a wild card for number 4. I'm gonna put this up here. I'm gonna put Team Palm Tato, Aleister Black's 2 cats. He's got 2 Persians. I'm gonna put those at number 4.
those aren't dogs.
Well,
Those are-
neither
those are-
is Damien the Snake.
Snakes are
Well, is
closer to dogs.
Is it dogs or animals? I mean, what are we talking about?
We're
Well,
talking
it's-
animals. We're talking animals.
Right. So
Shut up, Kevin. You don't know what you're talking about. Go get me my beer.
All right. So number three, I think has to go to Blue,
Well,
also known as Dean Ambrose and Renee Young's Pitbull, or not Pitbull, Bulldog.
should have been my dog, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah. All right. Number two, Josie, give us a dog.
Um,
And why is it Carmella's dog?
Well, that's because Carmella's dog is number one.
Yeah. Spoiler alert: Carmella's dog is number one.
Like here, I'll send the group chat a picture, the most recent picture of Carmella's dog, and it's obvious why that dog's number one. I think number two has to go to that pig that Alexa Bliss hangs out with.
Oh, Larry Steve.
I thought his name was Naya. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Wow.
Total.
Oh, wow.
She is a bully, but she's not a pig.
All right. So, number one, Carmella's adorable fluff ball. Number two, Larry Steve. Number three, Blue. Number four, Team Potato. Number five, the collective of the dogs belonging to Ty Dillinger and Peyton Royce. Number six, Damien. Number seven, I already forgot. I think it was Bailey's dog. Anyways, send us your top 10 WWE pets. Adam, did
Yes.
you watch the Oil Rumble?
The Oil Rumble. Yes, I did.
What was your thoughts?
It was fun. It was fun. I had a good time watching it. I haven't watched a lot of regular WWE TV in a while, so there were a lot of faces that I didn't recognize, which I really enjoyed. And I know you guys are gonna hate me, but I actually kind of liked Baron Corbin in it.
So just so you know, because you said you weren't aware of people that don't show up very often, the guy that looks like a shaved gorilla, that's Brock Lesnar.
No, oh, okay, all right. I didn't see him in the Royal Rumble.
And to be fair, we don't dislike Baron Corbin. We just dislike his hairline.
Well, fair enough.
I'm
was
sure he
impressed
dislikes
by
his
that,
hairline.
though.
So
It was
Yeah.
impressively far back. It was nice to see some returns, some faces. Rey Mysterio in there mixing it up with some dream opponents was kind of cool.
One thing that I think would have made it a little bit better is if they didn't announce Rey Mysterio and had him kind of
Right.
show up as a surprise.
Yeah, he was
I
right in the middle of the poster.
I think he was the centerfold for the poster.
Yeah, he was like as big as Brock Lesnar on that thing.
But so we'll just kind of run through that card, just kind of talk about it real quick. Let me pull it up real quick. So the show opened up with John Cena versus Triple H. They kind of announced this as like a once-in-a-lifetime match, much like The Rock and Cena. It happened more than once. Cena went over here. I think we all pretty much predicted that one. There wasn't a lot of like John Cena talking really loud. I really only noticed one, and it wasn't even him that was talking loud. It was Triple H.
I don't know if you guys saw it, but like speaking of weird hairlines, y'all check the back of John Cena's head during that match.
Yeah, he's starting to get a bald patch.
no.
I think he should shave his head. He'll look tough like The Rock.
I was gonna say he could also talk to Randy Orton and see where Randy Orton got his hair plugs.
Well,
It's
he
gone.
wants
It's
good
back.
hair plugs, not shit. You know.
So up next, Kmart Rey Mysterio lost to Cedric Alexander. Actually,
It was a really
surprisingly-
good match.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Kalisto, as is evident by this podcast. But literally listen to anything that I've said about Kalisto. Yeah, I enjoyed this match. I think it was a little bit better than the WrestleMania match, which is saying something because the WrestleMania match wasn't that great, in my opinion. I know Chris thought it would be a lot better, but you know, what can we say
It just
about
wasn't.
that? Yeah. What'd you guys think of that match?
I'm constantly surprised that Kalisto makes it out of each match alive. let alone without killing his opponent. Like at some point, he always fucks something up. But
Yeah.
it's beautiful to watch. So I kind of mixed feelings.
Yeah, there was a Spanish Fly that looked really good in that match that I was a fan of. I think that was really the only spot that I really remember from this match.
No, there was that super stiff drop kick that Cedric gave Callisto.
Yeah.
Right?
Zach, that being the only spot you remember isn't that weird. I mean, this is a Callisto match we're talking about here, so
Yeah. So next match on the card, the only title that I guess you could say changed hands, Vacant lost his title. The Raw Tag Team Champions. We have new Tag Team Champions, the Woken Warriors, Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. They defeated the Bar. I think we all kind of just saw this coming because Cesaro and Sheamus moved to SmackDown. Kind of weird to have them hold those belts.
Truth.
Yeah, this is an okay match. It was weird to see, like, because Matt is so over here in the U.S. It was kind of weird to see him not be that over in a different country.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
also,
like, this crowd kind of felt like it was asleep during a majority of the show. Like, they popped for a couple things, but
I don't know. Did you see like how much open space there was between the ring and the main crowd, not the VIP crowd? Like,
yeah, it was pretty big. I think that's a big part of it too.
yeah,
that's actually pretty normal though, because they showed the stadium for Raw on Monday, and there was like that big of a space. I think it's just that is a crowd who doesn't quite deserve to watch pro wrestling.
maybe I don't know, because I saw some videos that people posted from the audience perspective, and they were cheering, they were loud, just couldn't hear it.
Yeah. So
It was also an open roof stadium, so the acoustics could have been.
that's also true. That does affect it very heavily.
Now,
Oh yeah, I know. Every time I perform in an open roof stadium, I can't hear anything in the ring. 70,000 people, I can't hear a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
fair enough.
You perform in an open roof stadium?
Well, yeah, sure.
What are you doing back here? We told you you're not allowed on the show today.
I went to get a coffee, and then I heard open roof stadium, and I had to come back.
Chris,
Don't you have like Kevin's to wrangle?
Seriously.
Chris,
Fine.
you have been banned from this episode.
I'm... God damn it.
Well, it's because we have a guest, Chris. We don't want to burn his nostrils with your nasty BO, dude. Go take a shower.
Nobody
God
cares.
damn.
Go take a shower, and then maybe we'll let you back on here.
All right. So next match, we had what I thought was going to be the funniest spot of the night in the Jeff Hardy versus Jinder Mahal match, where there was this fantastic botch. Jeff Hardy went for a whisper in the wind, very clearly missed Jinder Mahal, and then Jinder Mahal took a bump anyways.
Yeah.
So bad that Corey Graves pointed this out and was just like trying to explain how this happened. And as much as, and I've said this about Corey Graves before, and I think it's one of the things that I love him so much, because it's very similar to Bobby Heenan in that he tries to find the funniest, like the most convoluted excuses for a heel to do something like that. And him explaining this botch was just hilarious because it's like he was, I don't know, playing possum.
Okay, well, you call that a convoluted excuse. I call that intelligent pro wrestling. It's no shock that the modern day Maharaja had that title, and he will get a title back again. It's just going to be the one that looks like a fruit roll up now. Like he's moving on up.
Oh, guys, what's with this dead air?
Guys, you still there?
Normally that's the portion where Chris comes in and cries about how much he loves Jinder Mahal, and he wishes that he could have had him for every bit of his pro wrestling viewership.
Eat a dick, Josh.
Chris, you are banished from the podcast today. Go away.
Shoot.
Go wrangle the Kevins.
All right. So let's move on to the next match. Next match was a squash match. The Bludgeon Brothers destroyed the Usos once again. Really not much to say about this. I don't think anybody saw this going any other way.
Or cared.
I think the Bludgeon Brothers are just gonna get this huge push and run with the titles until Sanity takes it off of them whenever the Sanity decides to show up. The match after this, I think, was probably the best non-Rumble match of the night. Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, and The Miz in a ladder match. I really enjoyed this match. It was the second longest match on the show, just slightly behind John Cena versus Triple H by a couple seconds. But what did you guys think of this match? Because I really liked it.
It was easily one of the better matches for me. I really enjoyed it.
Josh, what were your thoughts on that? Josh, you didn't watch this. Adam, what did you think?
I'm sorry, what were we talking about?
The Intercontinental title match.
Oh, I also did not see that.
No. I will say, if you guys don't want to support this event at all, or whatever like that, at least try to check this match out. You do it in a way that you feel is not going to support it. But this is a match that you should see. It was very good. The spots were really nice. And Seth Rollins discovered the secret to a ladder match. It is not to step one step at a time. It's to run up and grab the title.
Yes.
First man in history.
Yeah, it was really interesting because literally no other wrestler has done that before. And he somehow decided, oh, shit, I can just, run up the ladder and grab it real quickly. And he ended up doing that.
I thought it was a nice surprise, or a nice twist ending, because most of the time they have two people on a ladder, one gets knocked off, the person standing on the ladder gets the belt, and I thought it was nice just to have,
Yeah, there's usually this big fight where they're just kind of punching each other, and then one pushes one off, and then you have all that. I thought it was a very good way to do it.
Yeah.
And I think this got the highest rating from Meltzer on it too. Let me see. It probably did. If anything, the Rumble might have gotten slightly higher. Up next, WWE title match. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This match ended in a double countout, and I think this is probably the best way to end this feud, or to further the feud without giving Shinsuke the title yet. Because I think that they didn't want to give him the title just yet, which makes total sense to me. I don't see a reason that they didn't need to do it anyways. What do you guys think on that?
I love Shinsuke as a heel. He is brilliant to watch in the ring, and I think of the WWE matches that these two have had, this one was probably the best so far. And I agree. I think the double countout was a good way to continue the feud without changing titles or anything like that.
Yeah, I was a little worried that they were going to do a low blow off a ref bump and have AJ take it. Or not AJ, Shinsuke take it there, just to kind of have that whole, the WWE title changed hands outside the U.S. And it's a big moment because the last time that happened was when AJ actually started this title run in, I think he won it in the Great Britain, right?
I think so.
Yeah, and then before that, it was a long time ago. Yeah, I think that it's good, especially with Backlash being this weekend. It makes sense for them to put it when they did. Up next, after that, The Undertaker versus Rusev in a casket match. Aiden English probably got a concussion.
Much worse. Much worse.
Or maybe worse. I don't honestly know.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I love The Undertaker. I'm never going to have bad things to say about him. But at this point, I don't think it's a good idea to have him do pile drivers like he does. Because Aiden English's head was so low on that.
Yeah, he bounced off the canvas.
That or teach your wrestlers to take a pile driver better. Because I honestly don't know who would be at fault there, because I'm not a trained professional wrestler. Adam, if you want to give some insight onto that, because I know you are, but
Taker's always been really safe. So quite honestly, I mean, there's probably a little shared blame, but for the most part, it was probably his own fault.
yeah.
That's probably the last Tombstone pile driver we'll ever get to see.
The last pile driver period. Just saying.
Right. Mark it.
Well, now that Kane has mayoral duties, and he was the only other person they were allowing to do it.
Yep.
Because if you want spoilers on the Knox County elections, Kane won. So
Yeah, Kane won his primary, and he's going to win because he's running as a Republican. And the last time that area had a Democrat mayor was about 75 years ago. So Kane's a shoehorn to win.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah.
yeah,
And as far as Aiden English, I think he'll be fine. With the I know he hasn't concussion and everything, but the reports are saying backstage he was like completely starstruck that he got a pile driver from Undertaker.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
He's
mean,
like, oh my god, the Undertaker pile drive me. Like, dude, go to the doctor.
I mean, if any move is going to end your career,
a pile driver from the Undertaker.
yeah, like there are worse
Yeah.
ways for that to happen.
Yeah.
So up next, we had Brock Lesnar beating Roman Reigns via escape the cage. Controversial finish on this. I think that there might have been a botch on the finish.
It's not a botch. Like, it's completely intentional that Brock was leaving with that.
Yeah. Well, okay. So when I say a botch on the finish, I think the finish was exactly how they wanted it to be, but the fact that Brock was not the first person to have his feet touch the ground outside of the cage.
Yeah.
Well, are you going to tell Brock Lesnar that he lost that match? Like, come on.
No, and we're not going to do that, but it was very awkward to see the announcers kind of try to explain why Brock won this match when his feet weren't the ones who touched the ground first.
Plus, so they're keeping that belt on him until Money in the Bank, because that happens to be like the Monday night after Money in the Bank. Brock Lesnar breaks CM Punk's title reign. And we all know the one thing that WWE wants to do more than anything is to stick it to CM Punk.
Oh, totally.
And it's petty and it's
Especially in
stupid and it
Chicago.
drags down your title, to an extent.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that they're using Brock for it. They could give it to anyone else to do this.
I mean, they could give it to somebody who the fans legitimately enjoy. And that's not to say that fans don't enjoy Brock Lesnar, because there are fans that do like Brock Lesnar, but somebody like AJ Styles is somebody that I could see, holding this belt for a long time, and the fans would legitimately be happy about it.
Yeah.
I think they were gonna bitch if it was anybody. Brock Lesnar from you just take away all the stuff, Brock Lesnar doesn't show up to events, and you take away all of that, and then just look at it from a raw perspective of somebody who you're not a usual wrestling fan. You're just an everyday Joe on the street.
Yeah.
If you pointed to a picture of Brock Lesnar and said that guy's the longest reigning champion of all time, you're not gonna get people scoffing at that. Brock looks like he could be a monster that would hold it for a year. Yeah, like the title reign has been complete shit the entire way, but like history books don't look at that. Like we still talk a lot about how great Shawn Michaels was as a champion when he first was a champ. And they like their WWE's low point for like monetary draw and everything was that time frame around 94, 95 when Shawn Michaels was world champ.
Mm-hmm.
And so like history doesn't look back and see that. It just sees that this is, you know, you had this great championship reign. And so give it 10 years, people won't know that this Brock Lesnar reign's just been a joke since day one.
Yeah, and like the thing is too is like people talk about how great like CM Punk's reign was, and like in the middle of that, it was getting very boring. Like there's just like not a lot that people cared about in that reign.
No,
And,
it's
like,
because long reigns are
Ryback
boring.
era.
Yeah, and you know you could chop that up to the fact that Ryback was not over as much as they wanted him to be, or that Ryback versus CM Punk isn't a good feud. Like you can chalk that up to a lot of things, but the point is that there was a lot of like negativeness in that event or in that reign. But people tend to focus on I love CM Punk because, you know, I'm a teenager who likes wrestling.
Well, let's look at it from like even 2 years ago. 2 years ago, they did this same petty shit because they were pissed off at Demolition, and they had the New Day hold the title for a freakishly long amount of time. I forget how long it was. I know it at least went 420 days because they had their 420th day of their title reign in Denver, which was super funny.
Yeah.
But like, I love the New Day. I hated the New Day for that time frame. I kind of resented them because it was so boring with them having those titles. And so when you have a reign that long, it's really hard to keep people engaged.
Right.
You know, and that's been 2 years ago. And you look at it now, and most people have forgotten, for the most part, how boring that reign was at the end with the New Day.
Yeah, it had the same issue that Asuka Streak was having near the end. It's like, okay, we know they're going to win. Who cares? Let's move on to the next match. And that was what Asuka was starting to feel like at the end. And we all said this near the end. And, you know, it's nice to have her be mortal again. Whereas it was nice to have the New Day not be champions because they're mortal again. It's not this, okay, well, the New Day is going to win because they always win. It's not, okay, Brock's going to win because Brock always wins. It's why you can never have a streak, or not a streak, like a reign like anybody like Bruno now. Like people just would not care after a certain point in time because it's just predictable. And unless the person is completely over, like Bruno was at the time, like you're not gonna have people be happy about it. But so let's get to the Rumble. So the Rumble was won by one Braun Strowman.
Was it won by Braun Strowman?
Yes, it was.
Or hear me out. What if
All
it
right.
was won by Titus O'Neil? Because let's be real. What were people talking about more the day after? Was it Braun Strowman winning that, or was it that like that beautiful, beautiful face plant that occurred?
So the real question is, was that intentional? Because
No,
Chris is convinced it was intentional.
it was not.
I think okay.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
I don't think it was either. It's one of those things that like, okay, not to bring up like a not sport that people care about, but like last year in the football shaped sports ball, the brown egg thing.
Yeah.
They had a guy who was a bad quarterback who like beamed a camera guy on the side of the field. And it was one of those, like, that wasn't intentional, but you couldn't have planned that better.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't recreate that. There's no way that they could recreate what happened with Titus O'Neil. Like, that was so spectacularly perfect. And, like, oh, man, he's so lucky they didn't have the LED boards because he'd be dead.
Yeah, and he's lucky he didn't hit that steel apron because he would have decapitated himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like obviously the slip that he took on Raw this week was intentional, but
No,
Yes.
no, that wasn't intentional.
Yeah, like,
That was a shoot.
are you guys ready for the Titus O'Neil monster push that's going to come out of this? Like,
Yes, I'm glad.
he deserves it if they do it, and
I
like
love-
it's weird
I
if
love
that's
that
why
guy.
they do it.
Yeah. As long as they don't like keep doing forced pratfalls and stuff, I think I'll be fine with it.
see, here's the thing: is I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
Well,
It's
that's his new
exactly what's going to
character.
happen. But
Wrestling is nothing but forced falls.
Yeah. So
Kevin, I'm going to force you to fall if you don't keep it down over there.
So other things of note for the Rumble, we had some two records broke. The longest lasting person in the Rumble, like longevity record, was broken by Daniel Bryan. He was in there for an hour and 16 minutes,
Big whoop-de-doo. Like,
breaking Rey Mysterio's old record of an hour and 2 minutes. So
That's
it was really good. The thing that I was kind of annoyed with is
okay.
him in there for so long. It just made it feel like he was going to win because he entered at number one, and it's a good thing for, Daniel Bryan to be one of the last people eliminate or to win the Rumble from number one on his comeback because Daniel Bryan's this huge underdog. But
I mean, like, okay, so big deal he did that. Like, he still hasn't beat The Miz in the ring, and I'm still not convinced he could wrestle. Like, you could stand in a ring for an hour and a half and, like, oh, big deal. But, plus, Big Cass says he's a sawed-off midget, and, like, I don't know why, but I trust what that guy has to say,
it's because he's 7 feet tall.
You can't teach that. And, like, thankfully, he was there to throw that nasty-looking goat man out of the ring so he could, like, go spend time with his daughter and maybe grow as a person,
It's also
Think
funny
about the fact that he no-showed the Miz's show.
It's
like
also
a
funny
real
because Big
scumbag.
Cass is the only person. That was the only person Big Cass eliminated.
That's because Big Cass is a saint.
So other things that did happen of note, other record-breaking thing. The record for the longest time off of television, Don Matha, who got murdered by Samoa Joe, way the fuck back when in NXT, randomly in this Rumble. Thought that was weird to have him show up in the Rumble. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. But Braun Strowman broke Roman Reigns' Royal Rumble elimination record.
that he did.
It was really interesting, too, because they didn't mention this at all. I wonder if it was accidental.
Well, it's because house shows aren't canon.
It's true. House shows are not canon.
Yeah, so Roman still has that record, and Rey Mysterio still has his record because Daniel Bryan can't wrestle, and like house shows don't count. So
Fair enough. You
Logic.
got me beat on that one. Yeah,
Science.
so... Yeah. I'm going to close on this show. This show was better than I expected it to be. I still don't think it was that great of a show. It was hyped up a lot more than it needed to be. Controversy aside, I think that they could have done better. They could have done worse, though.
And really, if the iconic duo isn't there, can it really be that great?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That would hold up in court.
Yeah, like very least not iconic. So Rumble.
So anything else you guys want to talk about before we start talking about Backlash? Because weirdly
Let's
enough,
talk
we have,
about the greatest heel in the business right now.
Tommy Sports Entertainment.
Yeah, y'all been following Tommy Sports Entertainment?
That
on
okay.
on
I
the
got
Twitter?
one problem. I got one problem with this motherfucker right now. He's posting Avengers spoilers. The collective internet has agreed not to post Avengers spoilers, and this guy's going around literally posting Avengers spoilers.
Tommy
Heel
Entertainment
move of
doesn't
the
have to
fucking
follow your
century.
rules.
Heel move of the fucking century.
Yeah, well, no, you can't be a heel. First off, he's a baby-faced, first and foremost, because he saved the NXT crowd from having to watch that coward piece of shit Johnny Gargano on TV.
Is he talking about Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa again? Because I think I have to get in on
Kevin.
this. No.
Yeah,
I'm not Kevin. This is Chris. I can be heard.
Kevin,
Okay.
turn off Chris's mic. He still hasn't taken a shower.
Oof.
Do it, Kevin.
Adam, we apologize.
No, but
You should.
Ciampa is the man. He saved us from having to watch that scumbag Gargano, that little coward piece of shit down there, which is great. On top of that, he comes out there for these people who insist on booing him, even though he's right, which is awful. I mean, he's
Wait, those
being
are boos?
persecuted.
Those are boos? I
Yeah,
thought that was
he's
his
being
entrance
persecuted
music.
for bringing forth new ideas, like the idea that Johnny Gargano sucks.
Look, if those are boos, then what the fuck's his entrance music?
That is his entrance music. Those people are okay. Did he give those people permission to sing along to his theme song? I don't remember that being something he did. So y'all need to quit singing along to Tommy Entertainment's theme song, unless you want to start respecting Tommy Entertainment for the beautiful star that he is.
Beautiful, no. Star, definitely not. I have half a mind to...
You wish you looked as good as he did. Instead, you look like some kind of what's that guy from the TV show with the shovel face? Mask, I think is what it was called. You kind of look like that guy. Like big old Neville right here with his looks, talking trash about how beautiful Tommy Ciampa's head is. Get out of here. Get out of here.
So I would like to point out that Rusev actually had a longer match against Undertaker than John Cena did.
He also put in more offense against The Undertaker.
That he did.
Well,
That's
hey
because-
guys, it's because John Cena was scared. Right?
Okay, I actually have a theory on this. The reason that he lost was because he was drunk. Because if you watch, John Cena is drinking a beer at WrestleMania, and we were like 3 hours into that, or 3 or 4 hours into that show, and I personally am not a lightweight, but I do not know how John Cena handles his alcohol. But he was not sober when he wrestled The Undertaker, and that's why he lost.
He handles it better than Jericho.
That is true.
Like, I think he told a story about how he carried Jericho off to bed and then just stuck around and listened to his iPod for like 3 hours.
Oh, God, that's my favorite story about John Cena and The Undertaker. So for those of you who do not know this story, they were both at a bar, and Chris Jericho got a little too drunk, so John Cena took him up to the apartment, or to the hotel, put him in bed, and started listening to Jericho's iPod. Jericho woke up randomly in the middle of the night and was like, "What are you doing here?" And John Cena's response was just like, "I just want to listen to your iPod. You have the best music."
Oh, Lord.
It's so funny.
I mean, he's just a regular, normal guy, even though he's playing us all with this Bella thing right now. We're all being worked.
It is totally a work.
The worst part is we know we're being worked, so,
Yeah. So do we want to move on?
Is there anything else we want to talk about this week that happened in weekly episodic WWE television? Alexa Bliss is still doing the best babyface promos I've seen in forever.
Yeah.
Those moment of bliss things, like, okay, I'm not one to body shame, but how can a jerk like Nia Jax have the audacity to call Alexa Bliss tiny and say that she can't get on the teacup ride? Like, what kind of monster does that? Like,
Yeah.
it's horrible. It's horrible. Be a star, WWE. Be a star.
She is very clearly being a star, and no one else is.
Yeah, and like it's wrong. Like Alexa deserves to not have that be the case. You know. No, those promos are beautiful though, and like that's everything that like This Is Your Life, Bailey should have been.
Yeah. So did you guys watch Being the Elite this week?
No, I did
No.
not.
So here's the thing. So table read happened today, and we found out some very important things that we were not aware of.
Is it that the Bullet Club is fine?
The Bullet. So, guys, I think we might be getting worked here because I learned today, and I was very shocked to learn this. Marty Scurll is not British, but he's over in the UK, so they make him be British. Also, Hangman Page is sick of these dick jokes because his family watches the show. You guys just need to watch the table read. I sent it to you guys earlier. The fact that you haven't watched it upsets me.
Speaking of Ring of Honor, did you guys see Bully Ray's promo that he did at Supercard of Honor?
So good.
Holy shit, he is on to something beautiful. So to kind of explain what he's done, so over the weekend of Supercard of Honor, he that Friday night got inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame. And then he came out the next night, was just doing a little segment, and Cheeseburger, who I've been a big fan of for a while, like he's just kind of a goofy, like I hope he does well. He's never going to, but he talks Bubba Ray into tag team partnering with him.
Yeah.
And then he just turns on him and proceeds to cut a promo talking about how because he has this ring on his finger, he's pointing at his WWE Hall of Fame ring. That makes him better than everybody in that crowd and everybody in the back. And like it feels like it's just a shoot. Like that's not like he legit believes that. And like with stories you've heard about Bully Ray, like
it's entirely possible that it was true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But like it's pretty fantastic, and like it's worst case, if it's a work, like it's working like gangbusters over there in Ring of Honor right now. Like people are pissed at him.
Yeah. So in local Colorado news, we do have the Alpha 9 tournament this weekend. Adam, you know a lot about this. Do you want to plug this for us?
Yeah, sure. So we've got Alpha 9 tournament. This is a tournament that we hold every year around this time. It is a special event. It's one of our tentpole events because I like saying tentpole events. But it's happening. Thank you. It's happening this Sunday at the Watering Bowl, 5411 Leedsdale Drive. It's $12 to get in. It's an easy night of fun pro wrestling, and you're going to see some amazing things. The Alpha 9 tournament starts with a 9-man scramble match to determine entrance into the tournament, along with the 8 other announced competitors. We've got guys like Royce Isaacs and Len Parker, Manny Lemons. I mean, it's going to be crazy. So you're going to miss out if you miss it.
And the returning champion, who I'm excited to see again, Mike Seidel, the Yoga Monster.
Yeah, we've got the Yoga Monster. We've got Jungle Boy, and I don't know if you guys know much about Jungle Boy.
I looked into him a little bit, but yeah, go ahead and tell us what you know.
Well, he is the son of a 90s heartthrob, Mr. Luke Perry from 90210 fame. And
Krusty the Clown's brother?
Yep. And he's been wrestling out on the circuit for a while, so I'm really excited to see. I don't even know who he's going up against. I'm really curious to see who's going to take him on.
Yeah. What about you, maybe?
Oh, of course I'm gonna be at the Alpha 9 tournament. I've decided that the Alpha 9, it's a really fun tournament, but I don't need to prove anything by getting into it. I've got my own scores to settle here. We've got that little Asian kid. I don't even know his name. He's running around trying to call out the Colts, and
Oh,
we got something special for him.
Why would he call out the Colt? The Colt is love.
I think he's like Primos, Kevin. Like, sometimes they get kind of defiant with us sometimes.
There we go. Okay, I'm back. Okay, what?
Yeah, he's like the Kevin for Primos. Like, yeah, no, you guys should kick that kid's ass. Like,
Whoa,
Yeah,
what?
we've given him everything that he's got, and we've
Yeah.
given him every opportunity, and he just keeps spitting in our faces. So
Look,
Well-
I've got no time for that, man.
You guys put on your tag team titles last time you saw him.
no.
Yeah, exactly,
that was a work
exactly, and he
of
couldn't get the job done.
are
Do
y'all
you think
talking
he's
shit
just
about?
salty with you guys because he hasn't figured out how to transcend yet?
Are y'all talking shit about Young Sun
Well.
Koo?
I don't know what his name is. All I know is that he is a menace
Ooh.
and deserves every beatdown I've ever seen. Every one of them.
Yeah, good. Well, he's gonna get another one this coming Sunday. So
Whoa.
Oh man, I'm so
You
excited.
guys will-
Let's stop cult violence, okay? Jeez.
Adam, go
It's-
ahead and give him a kick for me.
Whoa.
Ha!
I don't think he means me.
Careful.
Get that foot away from me.
Also, kick.
No, do kick Chris.
Please don't.
Yeah, so we'll all be there. You can see all of this fun stuff. As Adam said, it's going to be this Sunday, $12 at the Watering Bowl. Be there, be square. We'll also be broadcasting this live on Twitch, so if you don't live in Colorado, you can get that on Twitch. Chris, what is the Twitch for Primos again?
Twitch.tv/Primos Pro Wrestling.
Where you can hear on commentary for the first time this.
You can hear the Great Hoff side by side with my most hated foil on this podcast, Josh.
Josie?
Josh.
Well,
That was Josie.
Aluminum.
I've been trying to figure out ways to mask your terrible odor. I've considered a Marty Skrill mask, but I don't think you could talk with that. So I think I'm just gonna have the Kevins take you to the car wash on the other side over there, and we're just gonna
Oh my god.
take
I
care
was
of that
gonna
before
say,
you
Josh,
get there.
have you tried soap and water?
I've told Chris about this all the time, and he never ever uses it. It's disgusting. I don't understand this hippie lifestyle that he has, but
It's fine. It's fine. He can say whatever he wants. He has to sit next to me in the commentary booth. So whatever.
Ugh.
If there's something I'm doing wrong or something like that, and he doesn't like the brand of deodorant I use, whatever, man.
Yeah.
That's on him.
Hippies.
So let's go ahead and move on to the final topic of tonight. Backlash is this Sunday. Kind of forgot it was this Sunday. I'm going to start at the bottom of the card. We have Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a tag team match. This has to be pre-show match, right?
This match is really problematic. Okay, so I thought we were done with the bad guy authority figures in the WWE.
Go
But
on.
what is with this bias that every single authority figure in the WWE has had against Kevin and Sammy? Kevin and Sammy are stand-up guys.
They are stand-up guys. Did you
They're
see that
great
ovation
guys.
they got on SmackDown?
Yeah, and here Kurt Angle has to be oh, look at me, I'm Mr. Big Ding Dong. I'm here, oh, I'm gonna go attack these nice Canadian boys who just want to wrestle and have a good time and entertain the people. Brigadir. Oh, I'll have 'em fight boring guy and the cartoon character. That's what I'll do. It'd be one thing if he was the first one to do this, but it's kind of hack to have him doing this just after that no talent Daniel Bryan guy and Shane McMahon did the same thing last time.
So I'm gonna say Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley win this one. It's kind of hard to beat a
I don't
cartoon
know.
character.
What are the odds of those two getting along in a tag match?
Well, they both hate Kevin and Sammy.
I think like all Kevin and Sammy need to do is like distract Brock Lesnar with a giant cartoon steak on the stage.
You mean Braun Strowman?
Same thing.
Yes. Yes. You could do it with both. Like they're both distracted by the same thing and like get him to go run up there. And then like the two of them could totally take out Lashley. Like just make Lashley watch like a Bobby Lashley match and it'll knock him out right there.
That's the ultimate sleeper hold.
It'll be perfect. They'll win the match. They'll be back in like their winning ways. It'll be beautiful.
Josie, what's your prediction for this?
I've got Lashley and Strowman winning this. Unfortunately, just because Owens and Zayn, well, they don't have the fans behind them, and they definitely don't have the talent to, beat the other two.
Did you hear the fans on Monday?
Yeah, it was. No, I heard crickets. That's about it.
That is wrong. Pretending
That's because the crickets were so far away from the ring.
Yes,
that's wrong. You're just terrible to the Canadian people. Like, we're offended, good sir. They're offended.
Oh no, someone from Canada is offended.
You're gonna get a strongly worded letter. Check your post office.
Yeah.
So next match, we all know Josh's pick for this. He will have Big Cass defeating Daniel Bryan.
Well, sawed off midget versus 7 foot tall. Like, come on. One of them could wrestle. One of them. Not Daniel Bryan.
I think Daniel Bryan's winning this match. They're both returning. This feud I didn't want to begin with, and I'm getting it anyways. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about this. I hope Daniel Bryan wins. If he doesn't, whatever. I just want the feud to be over already.
Well, I've heard whoever wins this feud is moving on to Tino Sabatelli, so
Oh boy, my favorite.
we've established this.
Josie, what do you think?
You know what? I actually got to agree with Josh. Like, Big Cass is the future of wrestling, and unfortunately, Daniel Bryan returning at the moment is nothing but just an overfed nostalgia trip.
Plus, Daniel Bryan can't wrestle.
I mean, how are you really supposed to wrestle someone that's 7 feet tall? I mean, it's impossible.
Yeah, you can't teach that.
No, it's unteachable.
Right? There is no way Bryan's going to win.
I wish they would have, on a side note, I wish they would have let Big Cass keep all of the catchphrases. Like, still use them now.
That would be good. I like it.
Yeah, so up next, the Big Dog versus the other Samoan named Joe, Samoa Joe. Is this the end of Roman Reigns' push?
Well, last time I checked, he's a loser. He's lost a few times now. And Samoa Joe, he keeps his word. And he said that he was going to choke Roman Reigns the fuck out. Not in that wording. I think he said he's going to put that dog down, which I don't agree with, whatever. But he's going to crush Roman. And then Roman's going to go on and go whine and cry to, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, and they'll all hug each other and cry and wonder why they're not fun together.
So Josh predicts that Samoa Joe will win, and this will spark the Shield
squash
Reunion
match
2.0.
Yeah, squash match.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to set the time limit on this match. How long does it take to grab somebody and choke them out? 13 seconds?
Something like that.
All right, so it's going to take 30 seconds because Roman Reigns is a dog, and dogs are sometimes hard to catch. But once that dog's caught, sleepy time.
Okay. Josie?
I think Joe is going to win, but not so they can do the Shield reunion 2.0. I think with Reigns losing to Joe, he'll probably take some time off. That way they can rebrand his character. People can forget about him for a little bit, and then he'll make a comeback.
Does that mean the Authors of Pain could have their bulletproof vests back?
No. Reigns has those forever and ever.
Yeah, like did you guys see that they're making Authors of Pain wrestle without those now? They're wearing tank tops now.
Yeah.
I usually fall asleep during those matches.
Well, to be fair, it was pretty close to the Bobby Lashley match, so like that's understandable.
Adam, what's your thoughts on this match? Samoa Joe? Joe's gonna kill you?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. Roman taking some time off makes a lot of sense for the rest of us. I don't know so much about Roman, but I think it's Joe's time. I think it's a good opportunity for him, and I think they're gonna go with it.
Mm. Yeah, I definitely don't see Roman winning this match. I honestly think that Roman is gonna be pushed to the wayside for a little while, and I think this is a good way to kind of throw him aside for a little bit and kind of try to figure out what to do with him moving forward. And you push Joe pretty hard when you do this, and they've been teasing Joe versus AJ for a little bit, so they might end up doing that as the next program. So Carmella, the fabulous champion, versus Charlotte Flair, the less fabulous former
Are you
champion.
guys ready for a stat that's going to gross you out?
Go on.
Like, legitimately, this is disgusting. So, if Charlotte wins this weekend, she ties Trish Stratus at 7 for most women's championship reigns in the company.
Mm-hmm.
She's been on the main roster for 3 years. Like, that's not good.
Yeah, I don't think that Charlotte should win. I like Charlotte.
I don't think she's going to win. I think we've had enough of Charlotte as champion, and like I've said this before on here, and like I'm a huge Bayley mark, and I'm including her in this. For the next year, it would not be the worst thing if Bayley, Charlotte, Sasha, and Becky were nowhere near the title picture.
Yeah, I actually 100% agree with that. I think that as much as the 4 horsewomen of NXT are very good, and I do very much enjoy them, I think that keeping them away from everything, is a smart move, because you're basically saying these 4 are the 4 that we care about. Everyone else, who the fuck cares? And like for some of those female wrestlers, it's fine for them to do that. Like I'm never gonna believe Lana as a champion,
but Lana is the best, Zach. Lana number 1.
I do not believe that.
It's because you didn't clap when you said it. Your opinion is like,
Josie, I'm curious as to your opinion on this, because I know that you love Charlotte and you hate Carmella.
Yes.
How can you hate Carmella?
Because she looks like a Muppet, and I think her gimmick is just bleh.
Well, of course. Charlotte's awful. She broke her nails the other day. That's fucked up.
Oh, Lord.
Break a girl's nails.
And you know what? I hate to admit this. Yes, I love Charlotte. A huge fan of her. But, man, she needs to stay away from the title picture for a bit. So, I think Carmella's going to win this one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it'll be fabulous when she does.
Ugh.
Boom, boom, boom. It's going to be stuck in your guys' head all week. If it wasn't already.
I hate you so much.
F-A-B.
Just next card, please. Oh, God. Kevin.
Yeah.
I need a beer
So
now.
up next we have Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw Tag Team or the Raw Women's Championship, not the tag.
The Raw
Sorry,
Tag Team Champion.
Yes,
Guys,
if Nia Jax wins, she becomes the Raw Tag Team Champion.
I think the good's gonna prevail over evil on this one,
So
and we're
Nia
gonna
Jax
see
is
Alexa Bliss win it. Because good will prevail. Like bullies, here's the thing about bullies. They can't always win. You gotta stand up to your bullies sometime, and I think Alexa's gonna pull it off.
Yeah.
Like I believe in her.
How else would why else would they push the Be a Star?
Yeah, like otherwise, that would mean nothing.
On the real note, I think Nia Jax is winning here. I think she's retaining.
Well, prepare to be pleasantly surprised when your poopy opinion is wrong.
Josh, you know I love Alexa Bliss. I literally have a cardboard cutout standee of Alexa Bliss.
Your opinion is poopity scoop, Zach.
Poop diddy scoop.
Scoop diddy whoop. Poopty scoopty poop. That's what your opinion is, okay?
So you're saying that my opinion is that of Kanye West's?
You need to lift yourself to like a better opinion.
See, what are your thoughts? Josie?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on this Raw match?
I don't think Nia's had the title long enough. I think she's going to hold on to it.
I mean, that's honestly just my entire reasoning on this.
Yeah.
Also, Alexa Bliss has been champion for
Way too
her
long.
entire main roster career.
Yeah.
So I think that it's time we have two champions that are not named Alexa Bliss. Let's move on. Jeff Hardy, who is the U.S. champion, versus Randall Boring.
Is there a way that they both could lose that title that night? Because that would is there like a Money in the Bank that I've not heard of that's for the U.S. title? Because I want them both to lose.
I mean, I want Randy to lose.
I mean, yeah, because they just lifted that title up by having Jinder Mahal hold it for a little bit, so no need to drag it back into the gutter of whatever the hell that is Randy Orton title reigns are.
Yeah. Adam, we didn't get your opinion on the last match, so give us your opinion on both of them.
Well, I definitely see Nia Jax retaining. Like you're saying, she hasn't held the title for that long, and she's got plenty of feuds that she can run with so many other people. But I see Jeff Hardy retaining this. I don't think they're going to put another belt on Randy there for at least a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly just please no Randy. That's all I want. Josie, what are your thoughts? No more Randy Orton.
As much as I would
Randy retire.
please, but no, I honestly think they're going to give it to Randy Orton.
Well, they do hate us, so
They do. And at this point, I think Randy's ending the tail end of his career. So, Brock Lesnar, they're just trying to pad his, pad his
resume.
Yeah.
Jose,
What?
I can only get so erect there, dude. Don't say that all at one time that he's at the end of his career.
I honestly think he is. I think we got maybe 1 or 2 more years left in him, and entire time,
too much.
they're just going to give they'll give him a title here and there just to pad his stats a bit.
See, can we get those numbers down to half a year, maybe a month more of watching really boring telegraph matches?
Yeah.
I mean, so WWE taught me at one point in time that the actual definition for out of nowhere is completely obvious, and anybody who's not a troglodyte will see it coming. That's what out of nowhere means anymore because of the RKO.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just ready for it to be over.
Let's just be done with the Randy Orton project. It was a failure, guys. Like, it's cool. Not every prospect works out. We can't all be Batista or John Cena, but like some prospects are just failures.
Next match, Seth Rollins versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. Why is The Miz winning, Josh?
Well, first off, better hair than Seth Rollins. Actually looks clean and like neat. Has a beautiful child that he can show off the title belt to. And from what I know, Seth Rollins has nobody that he could show that title to. On top of that,
he could take
The
his pants off
Miz-
and post it on Twitter.
yeah, The Miz created the world famous it kicks
That Daniel Bryan stole.
that Daniel Bryan stole, and they're just unbeatable. Plus, is there anybody that Intercontinental title looks better on than Mike Mizanin? Nobody.
Santino Marella.
No, dude. No, like Santino's good, but like the Miz is for the kids. Like the Miz is great.
Fair enough.
Like this is another squash match, dude. It's like you got like little job boy Seth Rollins there, can't even beat Finn Balor, who's not over, like has a hard time with it, you know. And then like top of his game, best wrestler in the company, Mike Mizanin, who the only reason he did not win that title match is like he knew that house shows aren't canon. So
He don't want to waste his win.
yeah, unlike some bogus house show, like I wouldn't either. Like that's a great win. He's gonna tie Chris Jericho. No, he's gonna beat Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Which, you know,
He's almost the longest reigning now, too.
yeah, I think he's like if his next reign goes for 3 months, I think it puts him there.
Nice.
Like he's within a year of breaking that record.
Yeah. Adam, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think they're gonna put the belt back on Miz. I think he is a superstar among superstars, and God bless him.
So, Miz for president. Josie, what's your thoughts?
I think Rollins is going to keep it. That's all I got. I mean, what's it called? People have been really enjoying Rollins with the title right now. Of course, Miz is going to get his record eventually. It's just not at the moment.
How can they like a guy who bitches about a work schedule that every other person in the company has? Like the Miz spoke the truth and told us that like that whole thing of like, oh, I had to go to South Africa and Australia and like somewhere in the Midwest that no one gives a fuck about, like that whole promo.
Cleveland?
This was like, dude, I also had that schedule. Like we all had that schedule. And so like trying to garner sympathy by being like, oh, I'm tough and hardworking, when really little bit of a baby back bitch. Just a little bit of one.
I agree. So last match on the card, because we do not have a Universal title match. Brock is busy defending the title somewhere in the Andromeda Galaxy.
I've heard he's fighting Thanos.
Yeah, I was going to say possibly fighting Thanos. We don't know for sure. I'll let you know when I get word from my contact in that galaxy. But the final match of the card, which will most likely be the main event, AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura in a no disqualification match. Josie, how many low blows are happening in this match?
All of them.
How many violins were at WrestleMania this year?
All of them.
Okay, so one for every one of those, at least, which is doing, I've said it before, it's doing AJ a favor. Like, AJ has 4 kids, and kids are expensive. Like, a wise man who had 3 kids once said, I could have 3 kids and no monies, or no kid and 3 monies. And, like, I feel like 3 monies is the better option.
Yeah.
So like him hitting AJ in his ding ding there, like and throwing his arm right up into that yam bag, like is stopping him from having more children, which is good because Shinsuke is going to beat him so bad that like AJ is not going to want to come back and not going to have like a revenue stream to pay for those kids. So
Yeah.
good on Nakamura there, like great guy Nakamura. We should all applaud him. He's a hero.
Yeah, he's helping out AJ Styles.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
I feel like this is where we give Shinsuke Nakamura the title because this will be the third year in a row where we have crowned a new WWE champion at Backlash. Because
Well, I mean,
here we had the modern day Maharaja, Chris's favorite wrestler of all time, and then the year before that was where AJ won the title off of Dean Shambrose.
we also had the real winner last year, which was Breezango, who won the title of most beloved people in the WWE last year at Backlash.
Yep.
Like rest in peace, Carl. That was last year. I know
Kevin, shut up.
Kevin. I know when we got their greatest theme song ever, it was the same night that Breezango wowed us against the Usos, or the Uggos, as they put it.
Well, we're all wrong sometimes. Josie, what are your thoughts?
I think Shinsuke is going to walk away with it after he kicks AJ Styles in the dick so many times.
All the dick kicks.
So
All the
to be
dick
fair,
kicks.
he has not. Let's correct the record here. He has not kicked AJ Styles in the dick. He's uppercut AJ Styles in the dick
True.
Every time.
every time.
One thing that I do want to see him do, and I got
Uh-huh.
this inspiration from the wonderful Lucha Underground as I've been watching that again, so that I am caught up for Lucha Underground Season 4, which comes out in June. Get hyped for it. But I did watch this, and one John Mundo had the greatest low blow that I've ever seen. He threw his opponent over him and then kicked him in the dick from like a back kick. So I want to see that
Is that as
happen.
good as the countering the West Coast Pop low blow that John Cena did to?
That is
what's
one
his-
that I honestly can see happening because of the way AJ.
He's got two moves that set up.
Yeah, it should be pretty funny. But yeah, I think that we're gonna have a low blow finish here.
Yeah, I honestly think we are.
Low blow finish. Shinsuke finally wins the title. Heel Shinsuke, Chaos rules WWE. Adam, what are your thoughts on this?
Boy, it's hard to say because AJ, the guy could be champion forever. Although, it could be Nakamura's time, so it could go either way. I'd like to see Nakamura as champion, but we'll see.
Yeah, so that's gonna do it tonight for the Average Guys Pro Wrestling podcast. We talked about a lot. We talked about wonderful animals that exist within the WWE universe. We talked about a glorified house show. We talked about what's gonna happen at Backlash this weekend. And
We did leave off the fact that the Warriors of Light and Dark, Bray Wyatt and Woken Matt Hardy, have accepted the challenge to help the Avengers in their battle, which I think is a big step. I don't think that they could beat Matt Hardy.
I don't think they can either.
No, like that's unbreakable.
Yeah. Again, come check out all of us, including Adam, misunderstanding, micro programming, nano trafficking, the indiscriminating, photo type testing. Did I get it right that time?
That's me.
Starling Carlin.
Gonna have a match this week and gonna beat up a child who shouldn't be in the
Yes.
ring anyways.
Yeah, and like, okay, if you guys want to watch a menace like get beat up and get their comeuppance, like, go check out the show. It's a great time.
Yeah, and like I said, if you can't check it out in person because you don't live in Colorado or don't have the ability to get to Colorado, you can also check us out on Twitch. The show out on Twitch.
That being said, if you're in Colorado, you have no excuses. Come on down, guys.
Unless you're in like Rifle, but that's not real Colorado.
Well, that's Kansas, I thought.
Yeah.
And like, here's the thing: like, Kansas is cool, but it kind of sucks. Unlike the Watering Bowl, which is super cool
They
because
have a doggo park.
they have a doggo park and kick-ass pro wrestling shows. So
That they do.
suck on that, Kansas.